But this is Travis Brown, Horror Movies Uncut. I don't really need to introduce myself. People know who I am. But one of my, I'm going to start saying good friends. The filmmaker Sam Fox is back in the building. We talked to her last year when we were talking about the Blue Diamond. You remember we were getting all vibey and shit, talking about that ski movie. And your boy is all about Hot Dog, the movie, Snow Patrol, all those ski patrol, ski school movies from back in the day. But now she's kind of flipped the script and jumped into the suburban landscape and kind of jumped in with this, what I like to consider evil meets the burbs on another level type thing, where we're getting to see some scandalous stuff going on. And she's got a little bit of she's got the team with her this time. So I'm super excited that I get to talk to some people associated with this mad woman and the films that she's creating. So we're going to be talking about Foxy Films, and we're talking about this film called Open Wide that's going to be playing at Fantasia. Now, you guys already know I was talking about this when I heard about it, Chattanooga. Laura sent me an email like most PR people. I didn't respond back, but I did watch the movie because that's just how I get down. But it's so great that I got Laura in here because she's also in the film. And then we got Ethan Daniel in the movie with us as well. Ethan Daniel Corbett, he plays in the film as well. And we're going to be talking to everybody. So first and foremost, I always have to ask, how's everybody doing on this Sunday evening? Sam, how about you start it off?
Wait, I didn't even, I'm like, it's Sunday.
Yeah, right. What day is this?
I know. Well, okay, I'm still on river time because I just got back from the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh I'm doing great because I get to, talk about what I love with
Mhm.
the fantastic Travis Brown, who your energy always just makes me smile. And I get to see my lovely collaborators,
Yeah.
Lara and Ethan, who I haven't seen in a hot minute. And we're going to be going to Fantasia in 2 weeks all together as a little weird, sick, disgusting cannibal family. And
Nice.
yeah, so I'm great.
So you guys are heading up to Montreal? Okay.
Yeah.
Ethan, have you ever been to Canada before? Have you ever been across the border to the lovely, fictitious land of Canada?
Yeah, yeah.
Been
I
there?
actually I love Canada.
Okay.
Faces, the film that you saw, went
Mhm.
to Asia last year.
Yes.
I went to Montreal last year, and that was my first time going to Fantasia.
Yeah, beautiful city.
I loved it. I
So
loved it.
beautiful up there. And how are you doing? The hair's looking great. The skin's looking great. I'm gonna forever be on you about your skin with faces, but from this point on, how's things going in your neck of the woods?
Things are good. I've been really busy. I'm currently shooting a TV show right now.
Nice.
It's a murder mystery
Okay.
whodunit
Okay.
about a group of gay men at a nude resort in Palm Springs.
Okay. Hello. Where they at?
So,
What they doing?
yeah, so I've
That's
been
like
there.
a who you with who done it. A who you with who done it film.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I play this character named Alistair, and he's this, kind of crazy partier, kind of laid back kind of guy. And
Okay.
I don't want to give off too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to dive back into that some other time and see what's
Yeah,
going on
yeah,
with that.
yeah.
That sounds great.
So
Laura,
I've
what
been
about you?
exhausted.
I,
How's things going in your neck of the woods?
I yeah,
It's new.
yeah, I'm doing so great. It's like I'm like producing a stage show in a month and a half with
You're
my high
raising
school
money
friend.
for a stage show a month and a half. You could say the appropriate,
I'm not paying for it.
verbiage.
So I was like, yeah, I'll join if I'm not paying for it. So yeah, I'm super stoked. And she's my high school friend. So it's just fun being able to work with my friends. And then I had a coworker of mine ask me if I wanted to help produce his next short. And it was just like, I don't know, it's a great time right now. Just feeling like stuff is like the seeds I'm planting are slowly growing and I feel like I'm learning all the time. So yeah.
That's great. That's great. So, okay, so we're not going to do any spoilers on this film, but we're going to talk about Open Wide. Now, it's playing this week at Fantasia. Is it playing on the 16th? Is that when it's?
No, we're actually the closing night.
So it's the
So
closing night of the festival.
yeah, and as a lot of people know, Fantasia is a 3-week
It's a
festival.
long ass goddamn festival. It just when you wake up, it's like Toronto International Film Festival going on.
Yeah.
That's how long that shit goes on. My first question before we really dig into like the background of where you guys came up with the idea and concept is because I'm such a like visual person. I always want to know first and foremost where you find the house at? Where'd you get this house? Whose house is this? Where'd you
So
guys shoot this?
yeah.
Is this whose place of residence is this? And then I want to piggyback that, Sam, by you kind of talking a little bit about one of the things I really like is it seems like you guys are really keen on using lighting in a very good way, where some things seem like it would be very dark. It seems like a lot of your shots and a lot of the things you've picked that I've seen so far in both of these shorts seem very well done lighting wise. So when you're choosing a house that seems to be something Laura's telling me she has something to do with, then how are you going into this house and setting up for a film like Open Wide?
Lara,
Yes.
I'll let you start.
Oh yeah, thanks. It was my parents' house, and because I like basically I grew up in a really Christian family, and
Do they know
so
what this movie was about?
well, my dad actually saw it. He saw it, and like that's another story. He
Your
was
dad's
so
like, I got
down.
some of the movies down.
He was like, "Good job," and I was like, "How'd you like it?" He was like over text. He's like,
Okay.
it was great. You did so much great work," and I was like, "Cool." But yeah, I was basically like, I have no money, and so I have to somehow finagle a house from someone. And so I basically told them, I was like, I want to make a weird horror kind of like odd film. Like, can I use your house? And at first they were kind of like, oh, what's it going to be about? Like, blah, blah, blah. And then they like came to and were like, yeah, of course you can use it. And so I really lucked out being able to use it. Um, and yeah, so we shot day for night. Or yeah, so we shot during the day.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. Sam, did you have any thoughts in regards to like the lighting and stuff like that?
Well, I'm sure, like,
Yeah.
and Sam, I'm sure you're like, free house.
Well, it was at first when so Laura approached me, she DM'd me and told me about this idea she had, and I liked chatting with her, and I liked like her comps that she had stylistically. And I asked her the budget and I was like, and she told me, well, we have a location. And when you hear that, it's pretty nerve-wracking because I am like 90% committed to style over content.
Yeah.
Um, and so I'm just like, oh God, what type of place is this gonna be? Like, is this gonna be one of those like Burbank apartments with
Yeah.
like really just like nothing on the walls?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well, first just let me come over and see the place. And I walked in and I was like, oh my God, this place is great. We had no budget for our department. So we just picked a direction to shoot in, and the only thing that we had to do was because we were shooting day for night, we had to get curtain. Well, we were going to black out the windows, and I'm like, okay, well, let's get a nice colored curtain. Ethan helped us hang up the curtains because again, no PD,
Right.
nothing,
Yeah, for sure. That
no
dude's gotta
set
do.
dressers. And then Tom, who has been with me since day one as my lighting designer, he's the only, like, when my DPs always meet him, they're really standoffish because they're like, what type of director is coming in with her own gaffer? But then they meet Tom and they love him and they see that he is just 100% dedicated to lights. He loves them. He never wants to be a DP. He just forever wants to do
Yeah.
lighting.
Yeah.
And so they love that passion and I love that passion, and he now knows how to read my mind. So I'll just send him a script and some lookbooks and he'll know how to light each scene. And so it was that collaboration of now we know when we want to have the moments that are beautiful and them either with music that brings the tension or sound design that brings the tension, or then the moments that are more stark and contrasty. And then maybe we'll do a juxtaposition with like lighter music. I always like to lead you down different paths.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And then like, so Laura, with this idea, where did this come from? Like, what was this concept originating from?
Yeah, so I was working as an assistant for this writer for like a year and a half,
Do
and
you
I was
stole somebody's shit?
oh, I know. I love how that's how I started off from.
Let me edit this out right now.
Exactly. But I was like, what am I going to do am I just going to like continue doing this? Like, I know I want to start making my own shorts and like, I don't know how to do it. So I just need to decide to do it. So I actually got laid off from that job, and it ended up being such the best decision ever that he could have made, because literally like 3 days later, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, oh, I have this idea, because I'm always reading about things that are interesting to me. And at the time, I was reading about like open relationships and polyamory and all that stuff, because I
Yeah,
thought it was,
somebody's got a Reddit account. I feel
yeah,
you.
I have a Reddit account. Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
feel you.
So I was like, this is just interesting to me. Like, I wonder if I could come to a director with a concept. And so I was like, I don't know anything about filming, like never have done this. And so I was just like scrolling on Instagram, and I've told this story a couple times, but I was on this film festival page or something, and I saw this one.
Not Your Daddy Film, shout out.
Yes, Not Your Daddy's Films,
Not Your
exactly.
Daddy Film, shout out
Yeah.
right there.
And I saw Sam, and she was wearing this like cool pink suit, or like this pink outfit. And I was like, oh, I love her style.
Yeah.
Like, if she's other cool like style that I can, just save for if I want to buy something similar. And so I click on it, and I was like, okay, so she makes films, and she makes like the genre that I really want this short to be in.
Mhm.
And she's probably not going to reply to me because she doesn't know me and I could be a weirdo for all she knows, but I'm just going to send her an email just because I have to try.
Yeah.
And miraculously, she responded, and I was like, oh, yes. And then kind of like where we started like developing it more and more, and like kind of making the story. And I was just so fortunate that Sam was willing to kind of like take a chance on just some stranger on the internet reaching out to her. So I was
That's
really
fantastic.
fortunate.
And so
Yeah.
then, Ethan, when you're being brought into this, what's some of the things that like kind of sparked your interest right off the bat? Like how, because I'm like, how familiar are you with like these little, what I like to call casual tales of what did Jada and Will Smith call them, entanglements and things like that that are out there in this world? What's your
Well,
knowledge of these worlds?
I don't really. I mean, I don't have that much experience in the entanglement part. Um, but I mean, I really wanted to work with Sam. I had previously worked with Sam on the Blue Diamond,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, I totally fell in love with her style and
Yeah.
her approach to filmmaking, and I think we have a really good rapport. So she eventually came up to me and asked me about doing open wide. I had not met Lara yet, and she basically was like, "Would you be interested in playing like this kind of character that is, without giving any spoilers away, but described my character?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"I want to do some funky shit. Sign me up. I'm ready."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's always going to
Funky
be
as
a
fuck.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do your own stunts, I'm sure.
Yeah, I do my own stunts. I've been doing I've been in the industry for a very long time, and I am a firm believer in committing to the bit. So
Yeah.
I will always commit to whatever the director wants me to do. I'm willing to do it. So yeah, I just have a really good time.
Yeah, one of the things I love about these films that Sam that you do is that music and style. You know, I've DM'd you music to be like,
Yeah.
this is vibe shit that I think you would like. And Ethan, I'm curious because you've been in another film that definitely has like a nice a vibe associated with it with the Blue Diamond. Your character Ron in here, like your background, and this is more about who you are personally, like do you have like a background in dance and background in like growing up doing anything involving the arts outside of acting?
Yeah, I got my start in the industry doing theater,
Okay.
and I studied musical theater in college. So like my background is in dance and singing, and just I'm theatrically trained and whatnot, which I think helps me in every single
Mm-hmm.
character I do,
Mm-hmm.
just approaching it from that kind of line of work. I remember my first time, like it was early on in my career, and I remember showing up to set and I knew all my lines, and people were surprised by that. They're like, "You know all of your lines?" I was like, "Doesn't everyone memorize before they show up like in theater?" I was like, doesn't everyone already like have their lines memorized when they show up? Like, no, no, that's not like a normal thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think like theater training is actually extremely helpful, if not pivotal, to being an actor or having success as an actor.
For sure. And then Sam, moving into the styling that you create and you seem to be like very, very fond of, like what's the main thing you want to put across when you have an idea like what was given to you for Open Wide? Like what's something that you're like, I need to make sure that I hit this like right off the bat, people need to understand what they're jumping into with a short like this. Because you don't have a lot of time, but you want people to
Yeah.
kind of
It's something that we actually struggled with in post with this, or I struggled with is we shot 14 pages in one day. This is all shot in one day.
Mhm.
And so we had very little coverage. And so when I saw the string out of how it was written, I was just like, this doesn't I really want the first image to kind of hook you and catch you in. So you're
Mhm.
like, okay, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
With fucking nuts, it was that upside down, or no, it was the squirrel puppet popping up with the blue diamond. It's the, found VHS tape.
Mhm.
I don't like a slow build. I just want to, especially in a short. And so I'm like, okay, how do I rearrange what we have since we don't have coverage? And we had to get experimental. I've been working with my editor, Greg Jockoy, who's so good at that. Um, so we messed around and we composed. We had the shot of a mask, and we put some stuff behind it that was from a separate shot, and we're able to get that first kind of shot that catches you in. And then I always want, like, right away, a bit of levity, a joke or something like that, to let you know that although this is a horror film, it's also going to make you laugh,
Oh
and it's
yeah.
going. So something that I like, a like roller coaster experience within the first 30 seconds.
Okay.
And so that's Ethan's line of "I love jazz." And yeah, just setting you up so that you kind of know that you're in a heightened world. You suspend your beliefs for a little bit. You're ready to go with the flow because these characters are also like willing to take you somewhere with them. And
Mhm.
then of course, like, I want you to be visually and auditorily stimulated.
Yeah. I see that. I see
Yeah.
that. And tell me about like working with Ashley though, because like like when I saw her in Off Ramp, like she was awesome,
Oh,
and so then to see her pop up with your troupe, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, hold on, what's going on here? So tell me a little bit about how it was working with her, and then Laura, if you want to piggyback on that, and then Ethan, of course, you too. How was it working with Ashley on the short?
She's phenomenal. She's someone that she saw my first short, Bad Acid, at a screening, and we kind of talked a little bit. We always were friends of friends, and we would see each other around, and I'm like, I fucking think she's so cool. I didn't know she acted though. I thought she was a model. And then Nathan Tape, who made Off Ramp,
Yeah,
I saw his film at I think it was New Orleans Film Festival, and I
yeah,
saw
yeah,
that
yeah.
she was in it, and I'm like, oh my God. And I was blown away by her performance, so much so that I'm like, I want that, a version of that character, to be in Open Wide. And
Mhm.
when I was writing it with Laura, like, I had both Ethan and Ashley in mind before I even approached them. So I was thinking of like what, the insanity that Ethan brings. And also with Ash, she has that, like, she's has an ability to be like so vulnerable, but has this look like she could swallow you
Oh
alive.
yeah.
And that dichotomy I just find so fascinating, especially with Laura's like soft, like, skin and angelic face.
Mhm.
um I loved the idea of the two of them next to each other.
Yeah.
And again, like, both of these actors here is just willing to, do anything in the performance, willing to do the research of the character, and is super collaborative. So, all three of them are just like, I got you in my pocket. Let's
Nice.
do more.
And Laura, what about you? The Vera and Phoebe moments together. How was that setting? How did those moments feel together?
It was so fun. Like what Sam said, Ash is just she's such a sweet person.
Yeah.
And like you could connect with her really easily. Like I remember when I met her, I think it was our first in-person rehearsal. Like she's just so easy to talk to and you feel like you're instantly her friend. So even when we had those moments of like we're sitting on a couch and she's going to lick my face, it was just such a it was like I've been friends with this person for a long time.
Of course
It's
you can
totally
lick my
normal.
face.
Yeah. And I think exactly. And I think our whole dynamic, like the trio of us, we meshed really well because I feel like all of us are people that are easily to get along with. And
Yeah.
so it, you know, we probably saw each other like twice in person and then on the set day, but it felt like I'd been friends with them for longer than that. So I think it was just so great to know that none of it was awkward because first of all, you know, we're actors. We love what we do. We like doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
But also because there was just this established sense of trust between all of us. And yeah, Ash has this amazing look and she's just like, just perfect for Vera. And even, oh yeah, I was going to say something that kind of spoiled it, but very similar is like,
Great catch.
she can be she'll like just smile and like talk to you. And then like, she'll give you this look that's like the model look. And you're like, oh, she is, you know? So
yeah, when I saw Off Ramp, I think I made a comment where I was like, she's almost like this generation's like Fairuza Balk a little bit with her like her facial features and some of the things that she's able to do on the screen. Ethan, what about you? Like, did you get some moments to make them laugh with your timing? Like, how were your interactions with the ladies on the scene?
Oh, I mean, working with all three of these, you know, super talented women was such joy. I find that me personally, I think I get along with feminine energy a little bit better. Maybe it's because I was raised by a single mother, so maybe I just act better or easier that way. Yeah.
Preach.
So I feel like, you know, I have worked with Sam before and I've been a huge fan of hers ever since I saw Fucking Nuts. I happened to like see that and I was like, I absolutely have to work with this woman because she's so talented. And then I met Lara on this and like she is one of those people that she's the type of person you want to work with because she is like organized on top of her shit and she is ambitious and driven. So you want that kind of person. You want to work with that kind of person because, oh, I'm here to work. And I'm like, yes, I want to do it too. All while the work being enjoyable. And then Ashley, I have to admit, I looked her up when I heard that we were going to be working with her, and I was a little intimidated because I was like, oh gosh, this girl, she's probably going to be like, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But the second you meet her, she's like an angel on earth. Like literally, like I swear to God, like glitter follows her. Like I don't know what it is, but she's such a
like glitter follows her. That's
like
great.
she's such a warm.
Yeah, she know all the bootleg snacks before they come out.
Yeah, like she is, you know, just like angel's the only way to describe her. She's literally like the sweetest person with like a baddie exterior. Like she is and so again, like exactly what Lara said, which is that she is so open and vulnerable and easy to connect with that it makes it so then I'm comfortable. Like all three of these women made it so I felt comfortable just to try things and like to explore this character because this character is wild and I do crazy things.
Ron's fun. Ron's a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's a fun guy. So I think that I mean my performance is a testament to how comfortable they made me feel. I was like, oh, I can do anything and I'm not going to be judged for it. That's like the safest way to explore and be creative. And that's what they do. They create that kind of environment.
Laura, what's something you hope people take away after they see Open Wide? We got an audience that's seen it at Chattanooga so far. Now we got people at Fantasia that's going to get a chance to see it. What's something you hope they take away after seeing it?
Well, first of all, Chattanooga, Ethan got a lot of laughs at Chattanooga. I was so happy, like laughing at things I didn't expect that they were going to laugh at.
It's so fucked up people in this world.
Yeah, I was like, down. I love it. I love it.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
All over the place.
I think what I want people to take away from it is is that like there can be tenderness in unhinged, chaotic, horror films, or even if there's comedy, there can be serious moments. But I like the tenderness between our characters, and I think that that's something unique to our film that I would love for people to take away, of like almost the tenderness leads to the unhinged, horrific part later on. And I think that's like a lot of the work that I really enjoy is work where there's horror, but it's like very human and having very human conversations. Cause I really like horror that is based off of relationships and human connections with each other, and how that can also be a metaphor for different, horror elements of horror movies and stuff like that. So yeah, I think kind of like that tenderness, I would love for people to take away. And
Awesome.
yeah.
Ethan, what about you?
I just want people to not be afraid of having fun and like taking chances in their like I want filmmakers to watch it and I want them to be like, oh, we can do that. We can take chances. Like we can, that's why I love going to festivals, because I see what other filmmakers are making and the uniqueness of it. Like some of the best and most unique films I've ever seen were at festivals. So I want people to see Open Wide and be like, oh, we can do something wild and crazy. And when they hear that we shot it in a day, and that I just want people to be like, I'm a very optimistic person. So I just want people to see it and be like, oh, I can do that too. We can make a film like this, or we can not be afraid of making people, if they make people uncomfortable, it makes people uncomfortable, or it might open the minds of people open wide. And yeah, I just want people to feel some sort of inspired, or just even if it's just a fun like conversation that people have, being like, remember that film? How wild was that
Yeah.
shit? I want people just to have some sort of joy from it.
Awesome. And then Sam, rounding it up with you, what is something you hope people take away after seeing Open Wide?
Yeah, I mean, kind of just a piggyback of both of those. This is in ways the least ambitious thing I've ever done and the most ambitious thing I've ever done. It is bare bones, simple, like, again, one day, very few actors, no budget,
Where'd
no
you guys
gimmick.
get the kid from?
He is a friend. He's a rock and roll legend. Josh Home from Queens of the Stone Age. It's
Okay.
his kid, and
Okay.
his kids are into movies, and they're really into horror movies because badass, cool kids. And a friend of mine is good friends with him, and said like, I know a kid that would do that, because we were
Yeah.
like, how are we gonna find a kid that's like, or not a kid, a kid's parents who are willing to let us do
Yeah,
this.
yeah, that's the most important.
Yeah, so on all of those things, it was very scary for me to make this, because I'm just like, there's nothing to rely on other than basically what is there. And so I hope that people are able to have a damn good time and really enjoy. We worked really hard, me and Sammy Yano, the composer, on creating the auditory universe of this, and just
Did you write a song, and like, are you singing in this thing? Is
I
there a
wrote the
song
last
that you're
I wrote the final song, because
okay?
yeah.
Because I rewound that a couple times. I'm like, whose song is this?
So Ash is actually doing the vocals. I sang a temp track for her.
Okay.
But I am like really tone deaf, and I thought it's her song to her
Okay.
son.
Okay.
Thought it's best if she sings it.
Okay.
So like I hope that the appreciation is there for the music, because that was like such an amazing part of post-production. And again, I want the takeaway to be that, like, at the end of the day, it's a horror movie, it's a comedy, but it is about sacrifices that we make for our family, and just an extreme version of that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, I appreciate all you so much. Best of luck with Open Wide. Are you guys scheduled to play any place outside of Fantasia? Is there anything scheduled for it next after that?
There's a world tour coming up, which we cannot announce.
Okay.
I think we can't announce anything else yet, but we are definitely hitting all the spots.
All right, sweet. Well, I'm sure people will definitely get a chance to see it. I enjoyed it the couple times that I've watched it so far. Sam, Laura, Ethan, thank you all so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And best of luck with everything you all have going on coming up here in the near future. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much.
Awesome.